Yeah.
Hi.
What's up, Bernard?
My name is Bernard.
Okay.
Hi, Bernard.
Hi. From Los Angeles.
Look at them curls, boy.
I didn't know if I was gonna like do anything of sorts, only because I've never been to an open mic before. I know. I'm a mess. I've been living in New York for like 3.5 years now, and I still haven't been to open mic. There's a lot of things I haven't done yet, but it's fine.
First time for everything.
I'm like, you're here now.
Right.
Right.
YOLO.
I've been living once for a while. But anyhow, like I didn't know if I was gonna say anything, and then like I was like, listen, everyone speak. I've also had like a little bit of a beverage and like a little bit. I don't know, like I'm feeling cute, so why not? Here we are. I was writing something before, and I was like, maybe I'm gonna try to write something. I don't know. We'll see where I'm at. Basically, I was thinking about a story, so I'm gonna tell you a story about a person, and then I don't know. We're kind of gonna go from there.
Okay.
I'll try to make it entertaining.
Knowing you.
So this particular conversation, if you will, I'm just gonna call it Ashley. Now I was at work one day, and I was closing. Now this was a while ago. I was getting ready to leave, and my coworker was leaving with me. Her name was Ashley. Now, me and Ashley, we hadn't known each other like very long. We hadn't had it in a moment where we connected to where I can say like, oh, this is legit a friend. So as we're on our way to our vehicles, she's like, Bernard, I'm going out. You want to go with me? And I was like, I don't know. I really ain't got to know where. Like, that's just not really my team. Not to have nowhere. I lived in LA at the time. I'm from Los Angeles. Born and raised South Central.
Okay.
So to not have anything to wear, you don't go out and do that in Los Angeles. That's not. So I said, ooh. And she goes, it's fine. She's like, it's a person's party who is, you know, in the celebrity field, if you will. And I said, sis, I'm really not going. You messed up. You shouldn't say that information later. She was like, just put something on that I have. I don't know why, but I wanted to go. So I said, fine, forget it. I'm going. I would curse normally, but I'm going to say forget it tonight. I'm probably going to curse in a day. I don't know. If you're under the age, I don't know. But yeah. So anyhow. Okay, perfect. Ooh, my mouth is filthy. Ah, okay, perfect. I was throwing that in. So we leave to go to her apartment. We get dressed. I find something in her closet to wear. As you can read or cannot, I'm a homosexual. So, but I'm the type of homosexual that has too much fashion sense for just one gender. So I just wear whatever the fuck I feel like. Whatever I'm speaking that day, that's what I put on my body and on my back. So that day I was like, you know what, fuck it, this is what I'm wearing. We get to where we're going. We have a whole night out. When I tell you, like, I spent a little bit of coin, but then it was fine because at a time when I didn't expect no coin to come, it legit came from the ceiling. Like falling from the ceiling. And because I'm that bitch that's from South Central who doesn't give a fuck, I said, that's fine. I paid $20 to get up in this motherfucker. I'm thinking of the money that was dropped from the ceiling onto the floor. So I walked out with $60 cash, which was perfect because I paid $20 to get up in that bitch because I was a male. That was legit real. I picked up money from the ceiling that fell to the floor because Diddy thought he was going to drop it and I picked it up. And it was fine. I have no shame in my game. Now, the individual I'm talking about, she lived her life to the fullest. She was always somewhere, always doing something, always traveling. She was a very pretty girl, but she was also outside of that superficial world. She was very respectable. She was very humble. She was very kind. She was very nice. She was kind to anyone that she knew and or didn't know. That's why I label her as nice and or kind, because if you were kind to certain people, that is not to me. But yeah, so she was like, there was a lot about her. There was a light in myself that I didn't realize was there until I met her, because she showed me a different type of world, one that was just full of excitement and enjoyment, and you spending time with those of which that you enjoyed spending time with. So my life during that time was really light. Random. So let's fast forward. I moved to New York. A couple of years later, I ended up hearing because we didn't really get to chat too much because she traveled, I traveled, we worked, I worked, she worked, everything of that sort. I ended up finding out this particular person who was very kind, who did everything nice. She was, I really didn't feel like she deserved this, if you will, but I don't know if people deserve this, but she ended up getting cancer. So let's put it like this. Basically, she's no longer here as of now, but she went through a very tough battle. She went through a battle that was so tough, they didn't even find out why she had the cancer, why was there, anything of the sort. And they couldn't get rid of it. They couldn't help her. They couldn't do anything of that sort, like to really try to remove the cancer, because again, it was something that was like, we haven't gotten into this yet. Oh shit. So what do we do? Now again, like we're separated pretty much by this point. We like talk here and there. We have our moments. Now I don't want this to become a sad story because I can feel the energy shifting to being real low on the vibrational scale. I don't want that. Now the reason why I say that is because of this. Now the entire time that she had cancer, she ends up having a baby. She was able to raise that child as much as she could. They created a bond. She had a husband. She had a support system. She posted photos of herself smiling, laughing, having moments. She lost all of her hair, and it was fine because we're in a time where babies don't care about the wig, so we put them on. She had a good time. She enjoyed herself. She enjoyed the time that she knew she had left. She didn't know necessarily when the end was going to come, and none of us may know that answer. And if you do, work. But she didn't know that answer. However, she decided that she was going to live life anyway. Now, I told you that story because I was able to write down only one thing as I was able to think about this story, and I haven't really been able to talk about it, and I'm glad that I'm able to talk about it today because it hits me really deeply. But what I did write down was pretty much the moral of what I wanted that story to be. If I didn't convey it, I am so sorry because I normally don't speak in front of people like this all the time. My speaking normally comes from behind the camera, and I have time to edit shit. But nonetheless, the moral that I wanted to get to you guys is this. No matter how in control you may think you are, no matter how many pros you have under your description box, no matter how many not material things you possess, your timeline can be chopped because this life isn't yours, it's hers. We're just borrowing it, temporary. We are a guest in this place and in this space. So let's try a different approach, one that's not a diss to the grace of the Creator.
Amen.